Hold on one second. I hope you were able to go out there this morning, the drone up, take some pictures. Gonna be a great hotline show today. Just hang on. Just gotta get ready here. This my hair look. Just put on the indoor shoes. Hold on one second. Just slip them on, yeah. Like to lace shoes anymore. Wasting time. All right. What a beautiful day out there, right? I hope you were out enjoying the beginning of spring. Welcome back. Thanks for coming. It's the Hotline Show. It's the 10th Hotline Show. Today is March 31st, 2024. We've got a great show, great calls, so many calls. In fact, too many calls now, which is good, but also bad. And I feel bad if I can't get to your call. But I have them banked, and I'm ready to get to them maybe in the next show. So if I don't take your call, it's nothing personal. Before we get into it, a few things. One, thank you to everyone who signed up for the newsletter, is happy that the newsletter has returned. I'm glad people are excited. Like I said, you will probably be disappointed. Regarding the last video and the prints, that sold out fast, which is amazing. Thank you to everyone who bought one. You'll likely get it sometime this week. I'm sorry international orders are so expensive. It just is. That's just the way it is. A few people still did it. I'm grateful for that. Added a little something extra for the cost. It'll probably get stuck in customs and I'll end up losing money. What else is there? I think that's most... Oh, fuck. I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm not. I know who's calling. Honey, I'll be right there. I just gotta get Noah on the phone. Hold on a second. Noah, come on, pick up. Yeah, no, I got a stock tip for him. He's really gonna love it. DJT on the NASDAQ. It's gonna make him a ton of money. Hold on. Come on, Noah, pick up. I don't know why I ring so much. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, no, little Noah will be okay. Hold on. Pick up, Noah. Come on. Okay. That's probably alternative timeline, Noah. I think that's all the housekeeping. If there's anything else, future Noah will take care of it. Let's get to the first call.
Hello, Nova. It's Peter from Germany again. Oh, I'm just so excited to send you some German film. It will not be Aqua, but it will be some very special film, okay? I will send it this week. I also have a new question. What chicken breed is the best chicken breed for a beginner chicken person? You have quite motivated me to maybe get a chicken or two because I like eggs and saving money. They also just seem quite nice to pet. Thank you.
Peter, thank you. Thank you for calling again. You've called almost every show. We appreciate it. Everyone loves you. Thank you for the film. I can't wait to get it. I wonder what this special German film is going to be. I guess we'll see. We'll bring it on the show as soon as it shows up. We're excited about that. And I guess I'll use it, maybe. Regarding the chickens, best chicken breed, I don't know. There's a lot of breeds, and you should see. It depends on your climate and what you're into. My personal favorite is the dark Brahma, or just Brahmas in general. This is a picture of one right here. So, I think they're great. They're so sweet. It depends. They all have different personalities, but I have one of those birds, graybeard, She's basically like a dog. It's amazing. She is so smart. And salmon Faverolles are good. Speckled Sussexes are good. You know what I really like now? The silkies, the tiny birds. Super into those now. They're super cute. And I like that they're like half size or a quarter size, so they use less feed. So that's a saver. But you will not save money if raising chickens for eggs. I don't know if you know this, but I've written about this. We'll probably get into it here eventually. I did the math. It's like $20 an egg. You know, it obviously depends. And you don't just want one chicken. They need to be in a flock. So you need at least 2, but really you need 4, 6, 8, 10. You can never have too many chickens. It's almost like an addiction once you start getting a few, but a bigger flock, it doesn't seem, there was a time I think I had over 20 chickens. Never felt like a lot. So yeah, you can't really take it casually if you just have 1 or 2. I don't really think it works. I know some people might do that in the city or whatever, but I don't think that's the ideal way to do it. Good luck. I hope you figure it out. I think everyone should get chickens for at least one time in their life, which ends up becoming their entire life, and then they're slaves to their chickens. Next caller.
Hey, it's Andrew from Toronto. I think I saw on your Instagram. No, it was your YouTube. I mean, it might have been the newsletter. I don't know, somewhere. That you're looking to digitize old recordings on MiniDV tapes. So I've been experimenting with using an old Japanese version of the VX1000 that I got on eBay for pretty cheap to record tapeless. So instead of recording onto MiniDV tapes, it's just like, so there's these portable digital capture boxes that you can get that record from the video or S-video out on these old camcorders. So there's like a few of them available, but the one that seems to be the easiest to find is by this brand ClearClick. You can order it online and it might be useful for what you're trying to do. So I have an idea for an upcoming spring video. Can you tell us more about your chickens? Like, where did you get them from? What types are they? What's the state of their coop? Maybe it can be called the state of the coop address. Anyways, keep it up.
Andrew, thanks for the call again. Always great to hear from you. Regarding the chickens, yes, we will get to chickens on this channel, and we've got chicken content coming. In fact, pretty sure I got some new chicks coming this way this week, actually. So look out for that. There's going to be some chicken stuff. It's just been cold and the flock has dwindled, unfortunately, throughout the winter, which is sad. We've lost a lot of main characters. Marcel is still around, though. Regarding the digitizing of old MiniDV tapes, yes, indeed, I have been working on this. I think I posted on my Instagram stories, and it's been so fascinating. I did get what you suggested, the ClearClick, which is this device right here. Maybe we'll do a video about this. It's really interesting, but it's been so easy to just plug this device into my still working MiniDV camera and then just goes right onto an SD card. It's been great. There's a lot of really fascinating content. Look at this, me at 20 years old in my dorm room. There's a lot of shit like that. Well, not enough though. That's the problem. Opening up this box of old tapes, it's just been like this roller coaster of emotions. At first I was really excited to figure out how to get these tapes digitized. Then I was watching them and was fascinated, but then I started getting embarrassed and looking and seeing myself when I was younger, just kind of how annoying I was and wondering like why I had any friends. I think it was okay, but I don't know. So there's that. It hurts. It's painful. Those memories, some are good, obviously, and a lot of fun times with friends, but man, some of the things I said and just the way I acted is super cringe. Then after a while, I've been working on this almost all day. It's kind of just started to get bored. Is this even interesting? Who is this interesting for? It's me, it's my memories. Is it for you people? Maybe. I'll find a few things that I think are relevant or interesting, but there are old friends that I've lost touch with, not all of them, some. I want to run it by them first. I don't want to embarrass anyone. So I want to just get consent on everyone who might appear in these old videos, at least the ones that are interesting enough to share. So yeah, I mean, I do recommend this device though. Oh, and I also borrowed another camera because I have older high 8 tapes or 8mm tapes. I'm not exactly sure the difference, but I was able to borrow from a friend her camera, but unfortunately plugging it in, only the audio worked. So I have a S video cable coming. Hopefully that will bring the video into this device, because I really think the really old stuff, like from when I was 13 years old, that stuff is going to be really fascinating. So thanks for the tip on that device. And I do recommend it, and we'll talk about it more eventually. Next caller.
Hey Noah, this is Haslett in Kansas, USA. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of messages or one of these calls this week because you put it out in the newsletter, but I just wanted to call and say I was so happy to see a newsletter in my email inbox this morning. It was such a highlight of every week when you were still doing it. My question is kind of more on the practical side. Okay, so I've got a ton of scrap wood in my backyard. Part of it was like kind of a monstrous chicken coop I was building, and now I've decided I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm like, I want to get rid of it in some way. So, I mean, should I like burn it? But it's kind of big and I don't have space for like a big bonfire. Or I was thinking I could like pile it in the corner of my yard, but then one of my friends told me that that would like be a good habitat for ticks, and so I shouldn't do that. But yeah, so I'm just wondering if you have any suggestions for me as far as what to do with like kind of a big bunch of scrap wood. And some of it's treated, but I think mostly it's not. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Bye.
Haslett, thanks for the call. Thank you about the newsletter. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the new iteration of it. We'll see. Regarding the scrap wood, throw it away. Just get rid of it. Bring it to the dump. You don't need it. I mean, I have piles of scrap wood everywhere. It's like, oh, I'm going to use this, build something, maybe the end of the world. I'll need to build a device that captures electricity and grows food or something. But really, at the end of the day, it's just going to sit in a pile and fester. I don't know about the ticks. Maybe I don't know what your situation is, how how rampant ticks are, but probably not. I wouldn't worry about that, but you will get mice and things like that in there. Maybe you could see if you could, someone wants to take it away. Some people like old wood on projects, so give it away. Don't burn it. I mean, the treated stuff you're not supposed to burn. It's just bad for the environment. So first step, see Craigslist, I don't know, bunch of scrap wood. Sometimes there are woodworkers who want that shit, but usually they have their own pile of useless wood. Try it, but get rid of it, clean it up, be minimal. Get rid of all that bullshit. Thanks for the call. Next caller.
Hey Noah, it's James. Your recent mention of being open to a ghostwriter for your newsletter got me thinking about the broader implications of authorship and creativity, especially in relation to AI tools like DALL-E and ChatGPT. Do you view these AI tools as like ghostwriting, or just as a means to produce content, or do you have reservations about their role in the creative process? I'd love to hear your stance on the intersection of technology and the creative process. Thanks.
James, great call. I like this call. Good question. Is AI like a ghostwriter, a means to produce content? I think it's mostly a means to produce content. It's an assistive tool. I've used it a few times for the videos to help me write scripts, things, just because I was lazy. I mean, also I think it's funny. I don't necessarily suggest it. I don't think anyone can really ghostwrite for me just because I'm so insane and ridiculous. And if people try to write in my voice, it sounds stupid. In fact, years ago, we might have done a old podcast on All Consuming about this. We did. we had this tool called pseudo write, and we actually plugged in a bunch of my newsletters, and then it would generate my newsletter ideas for me. And they were all just so bad. I mean, it's fun. It's kind of fun to experiment with, but not there yet. It will be probably soon. But of course, like part of the fun and the reason we do this is we want to create, we want to express ourselves, we want to get it out of our head. We don't want, we're not just trying to churn content. I mean, sometimes we are, but not always. Like, it's just part of the fun is like figuring it out. And this also got me just thinking quickly about just assistance in the process of making art. It's not uncommon for artists, especially big ones, to have staff who are essentially making their art. I know this with a few sculptors and painters that I know. They sometimes barely even touch the work that they make and sell. There's, is that good or bad? I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of what it is when you get to a level that's big and you can support a staff like that, and you are churning out. It is the way you make a living, and you're in demand. It's complicated. I think it's different for different people. As of right now, I like to have my hands on everything. So, the little bit of help that I get is good, but that's that. Yeah, AI. Well, everyone's really angry about it. That's for sure. And I have been for years, but I'm also kind of getting over it just because it's exhausting. Like sometimes we get a little too crazy about these things, maybe it'll be okay.
Oh no, man, what are you talking about? It's not going to be okay. I'm in the future right now. It's horrible. We haven't worked in years. Stop being so cavalier. Just dismiss it. It's irresponsible. Shame on you.
Some people have just completely lost it on this. Next caller.
Hey, Noah. It's me, Eric. Been enjoying the shows. Thanks for picking these back up. And yeah, it's been fun watching them. Just watched the Montauk video and made me think, about what you do in the car when you drive so far. Because, that's a long way from here. And I drive so much as well. So I'm kind of curious as to what you're listening to or, like favorite podcasts. You can't listen to Tool the whole time, or maybe you can. I don't know. But it'd be interesting to hear what occupies your time when you're driving so far, because I do as well, and maybe you give me some good ideas. All right, keep it up, and hope to see you soon. Bye.
Eric, thanks for the call. Nice to hear from you. Great question. I like to mix it up. A little music on long drives, a little bit of music. And mostly it's not new music. It's old. It's my late 90s, early 2000s stuff. It's just what I like and I'm into. It's been hard for me to get into like new music. There's a few things, but not much. Then I switch over to podcasts, of course. And I'm holding my phone because I can never really remember what podcasts I'm listening to. But I think my favorites right now are Search Engine, of course. I think everyone knows this one. And it's funny because his stories oftentimes I think are so much in line with what I've been thinking about lately. It's like we're on the same wavelength of sorts, me and PJ, although I'm sure he has no idea who I am. I listen to Hard Fork, the technology podcast, Pivot and the Prof G Pod, Kara Swisher and Scott Galloway. 99% Invisible now and then. I feel like it's kind of gone downhill, but it's okay. The Accidental Tech Podcast. I love tech podcasts. I like the podcasts that, tech especially, because it doesn't matter. You can sort of like come in and come out of it, and it's not like important. You don't need to like be with it at every moment. That's just a few. There's Completely Arbitrary, a podcast about trees. It's kind of amazing, actually. It's fun. There's The Economics of Everyday Things. That's a great like NPR podcast and just fascinating. So many. Sam Harris, Making Sense from Time to Time, although it's getting a little exhausting nowadays. It's like I don't fucking care anymore. 20,000 Hertz about audio, really good. There's a bunch. I don't want to list everything. Of course, Mark Maron, What the Fuck, one of my favorites of all time. I'll jump into that every now and then. There's someone I want to listen to. But yeah, and then audiobooks, of course. I have Audible, and I will read a bunch of nonfiction books there. I prefer nonfiction audiobooks or just books in general. I know I've said in the past I don't read, which is true, but I do read audiobooks. Is that reading? I don't know. I kind of, when I'm done with an audiobook, I'll be like, I read that book. Everyone should read on audio the 90s. Chuck Klosterman's The 90s. It's so good. Okay. Last call.
Hi, Noah. This is Mike. A photographer friend objected a few years ago to my use of old cameras and expired film, saying basically, if you care about your photos, use good tools. How do you balance the desire for serendipity with practicality? And is it really serendipity, or is it a way to deflect responsibility for failure? I love the channel. Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks.
Mike, thanks for the call. Yeah, I think you're right. It might deflect the responsibility of failure using things that will inevitably be fucked up if something happens or the film didn't work. I don't think it does. It doesn't matter. I mean, personally, I know the situation. I don't like to shoot expired stuff, or I didn't when I shot film. I like to know that when I shoot, I'm going to get it back. I don't like to take those chances. Mostly because oftentimes I'm working in a professional capacity. So I just want my stuff to come back, and it needs to come back good. And then if it's personal work too, I don't want to waste time. And you're never going back. You're never redoing it. We all know this. So, that's just my personal preference. Like, this guy sounds like he might just kind of be an asshole, which is common in photography. If you enjoy it, if you like that combination of old films and expired film, then hell yeah, do it. Like, that's mostly what serious hobbyists like to do. I mean, there's definitely professionals who will shoot with expired film, but you're taking a risk. And is that risk worth it? It just depends. So I hope that helps. And good luck. And keep it up. Everyone out there should keep it up, because we're done for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you made it this far. Do the stuff. Like, subscribe, call the hotline. The number is below. Subscribe to the newsletter. Link is below. What else is there? I don't know. I'll see you sometime this week. That said, I feel like maybe I'm getting sick. It could be the allergies. It could be the weather. But it's possible that I disappear for a little bit. I'm hoping not, because I just hate getting sick. But it's possible I might not be around. Fingers crossed. Until we meet again. See you later.